that is more than doing nothing. So I think it's great. With our families, when we teach them, we tell them to slow down their breath before they're massaging baby so that their breath and their pace is somewhat matched.
Mhm.
Now, if you've been massaging your kids for years, that's a different story. But like, imagine going to get a massage. If the massage therapist is going really fast,
Mm.
you're not really kind of feeling the effect or relaxing. So that's similar for baby.
Yeah, it's
You
sort
want
of
to make sure that
sensitive.
it's slow enough. We usually say like a count of 8 to 10, depending on the length of baby's legs, for example.
Okay.
But we do some breathing exercises before we start. So if you've slowed down your breathing, your pace will match that.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's me, Lacey, and I'm here talking with Khyati. I'm looking at your Desai Seltzer. I think I said all of that right. She's got a beautiful name, and she's got a beautiful baby, me, with her. And today we're going to be talking about natural ways to take care of your infant and help them through all kinds of different processes. Khyati is an expert in baby massage, which I think is just such a beautiful way to help mom and baby or dad and baby or whoever, caretaker and baby, bond. But there's a lot that you can do to also promote health and soothe and sleep and all of those different things. So Khyati's an expert and she's going to share with us some of that. But Khyati, before we get started in the infant massage, I would love to hear a bit about how you even came into this line of work. How did you land here? Where
Yeah.
did you come from? All of that.
So in my former life, I was working in affordable housing and community development. So a natural transition, not really, but
Wait, I'm not seeing it.
um, but I actually grew up with it. So I'm from India. It's a cultural practice. It's been practiced in the East, Africa, Latin America for thousands of years. And then in my family for many generations. So my mom massaged me and my sisters, my nieces and my nephews. She came to help me massage my baby. And in India, to this day, a midwife will come to the home after mom gives birth, massage and bathe mom and baby for 3 months, which is like the
What?
best postpartum care,
Oh my
right?
gosh, yes, sign
They
me up.
really see the importance of that, sort of here in America, we give birth and we're kind of like,
Yeah.
come see us in 6 weeks. We'll like check the, box, and all the attention goes on baby. But mom is not given the importance in helping her to recover and to bond and somebody needs to take care of mom so that she can
Oh,
take care
yes.
of baby.
Yes.
So that's what we also promote, sort of secondary from infant massage, is celebrating mom and empowering mom to make the choices that are
That's
best for her.
beautiful. It is such a tragedy when moms are just left by
Oh my
themselves. And we are meant to be in community where we all support one another, and we're so isolated, especially in the United States.
Yeah,
Like you said, to your own devices sort of after you have a baby. And it can be the loneliest time.
so
But
isolating.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your body has to recover. You have
Yeah.
to be eating the right foods to
Mhm.
recover. You
Mhm.
need help with breastfeeding. You need help with
Mhm.
helping your baby sleep. On baby, there's so many services that you need.
Yeah.
And mom has baby, and she works and she pays bills and she cleans her
Mhm.
house and she cooks and she hosts and she does all these things in
Mhm.
addition to being a mom, which she should not
Yeah.
have to.
And you're trying with an infant, you can't communicate so well. It can be very frustrating to not know what the baby needs and not to have a conversation with an adult. I mean, there's all these different layers. So yeah, that's
Absolutely.
such an important thing. I'm glad that you are bringing that up.
Yeah, and ACOG mentioned that mom is to baby like wrapper is to candy. And so we take out the candy, we enjoy that, we just sort of toss the wrapper away. And that's what
Aw.
moms are treated in America. We
Yeah,
baby's here, everybody wants to see the baby, but what
right.
about mom?
Hmm.
And so, I'm hoping to change that through this work.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, so it's more than just infant massage. It's really like helping mom recoup and take care of her own needs at the same time. I love that. I think that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay, so I don't know if you bridged the gap. How you just experienced this all your life, so it became a passion of yours to share with others.
Yeah, it's one of those things I didn't know. So I was in this job as a director of resident engagement, working with low-income residents, and I just found that the 1.5 hour commute each way, the stress and politics at work, I wasn't making an impact on the world, which I had set out to do. So why am I leaving my baby to do that, right? So then
Right.
I quit, and I didn't know what was next, and I definitely took a leap of faith. And then I thought about infant massage when I read an article in a magazine, an Indian magazine, and I wondered again, I wonder if American moms know about this. It's
Yeah.
so powerful. And I went to Google, as we all do, and there was a training coming up, actually. So there was an organization, they certified folks. And I went to the training, and incidentally that week, my daughter, the first night, she got an ear infection, which she had never had.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just waiting it out. And then she was just so miserable. We'd taken her to urgent care at 4 a.m. And then at 6, I had to get up and leave for this training. So I had that mom guilt. Like, I don't even know if this is worth it. I'm leaving a sick child at home. Like,
yeah.
you know, all those things,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
But when I went, it became so much more solidified how powerful it is, because I was in a room full of nurses and physical therapists and midwives and massage therapists, and the science was revealed. Because if it's a cultural practice, you take it for granted. Like,
Right.
oh, everybody does that, you just do it. You know, why do you need to learn about it?
Yeah.
There's all this great science behind it. So I became even more passionate about sharing this with as many moms, regardless of background, race, or socioeconomic background. Every baby deserves loving touch, and every mom deserves that ability to bond and feel like, I know my baby, I know what he or she is trying to communicate to me.
And that is definitely one of the things we're committed to, is helping empower moms, because that's such a huge thing. When you feel like you have to rely on a third party to deal with any health need that your baby might have, it can feel very disempowering. So I think what you're doing is so powerful and helpful.
Yeah, and I think that starts with pregnancy, the disempowerment. You know, so we put our intuition aside, we put what we think is best, and we let the professionals take over and let them make decisions for us that are in the end not best for us. And so infant massage, as you're massaging baby, you're bonding and you're learning all their cues, right? So you're feeling empowered, like, I know what my baby needs. And that sense of empowerment should be given to moms when they're pregnant. Like, here are your choices. You decide what's best for you, instead of saying, this is your choice.
This is the one way. Yeah. I think it's important too to know how powerful touch is for everyone, and that, you know, massage is such a good tool. Even as a grown-up, it's one of my first lines of natural health care for myself personally. Massage is really important for us. But understanding that touch is actually the healing. I mean, it's one of the things that heals. So we sometimes think, oh, we need an input, we need, you know, a medicine, or we need something outside to go in, but really that touch is that energy transfers, and it's just such a powerful tool. So what a neat thing to teach a mom.
Yeah, I mean, touch is the first sense we develop in utero. It's the last sense that leaves our bodies when we die. So it's so critical. And they found, I mean, even pre-COVID, that they found a correlation between lack of touch and aggression. And America was found to be an aggressive country. So where there's less touch, there's more violence. And clearly we see that kind of all the time.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, I think the real issue in the United States is we have this very sexualized image of what touch looks like, instead of all the other things that it can do for us. So
right. And that's what I mean. You know, I talk to my families, like, I'm not talking about me too. I'm talking about loving touch. Like, we need more loving touch. We need teachers to be able to lovingly touch our children
without worrying. Yeah.
Right. And elderly need to be touched. And, you know, people who are low income people, or people of color, teenagers. You know, I had my doula, actually, she found that she was touching her son less than her daughter, and she didn't know. It was just sort of unconscious.
Yeah.
And she started, you know, being more affectionate, and she saw him just blossom, you know. So it's even people in this work that we just don't realize how much we need touch to survive. Like, it's as essential as food and water. Babies can't survive without loving touch.
It's actually one of my biggest fears with all that's going on in the world right now, is that we'll never get more comfortable with touching each other again.
Yes.
I'm worried. And we're going to have to be more diligent and more on purposely holding each other and touching each other and kind of going out of our way, because I think it will be hard to recover from this.
Absolutely. And I see so many, like, who is the first person you're going to hug? Like, we have our immediate family, and that's great. Obviously, they're in our life, but we miss hugging people. I grew up in the South. I'm Indian, so we're very, like, touchy-feely people, which my husband is from the North, is not like that, you know. So, but it just
right in the middle. I have it both ways. Sometimes I'm like, get off of me, and then sometimes I'm like, I miss it.
Yes, I'm comfortable. Yeah. So, you know, I just miss that. I just miss hugging people.
Yes. Yeah. Good. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. And I hope that actually comes to light, and we really have a conversation about that, because I think it's going to be one of those critical things that people are lacking right now, and they're starting to get sick for other reasons. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing that right now.
But Yeah, starting this foundation with moms and with babies is such a huge thing, because if a baby grows up in that environment, it becomes
Yes.
a natural thing, and not foreign and not, weird. So what a beautiful way to start. So can you give us maybe some just little tips of how you start incorporating the massage with babies?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you can massage a baby as soon as the umbilical cord falls off, and then they're never too old to receive loving touch, right? So you're not going to have a cute diapered baby on the ground where you can massage and do all the oils. But if you have a teenager that just came home from a basketball game, or, a preteen who had a really rough day at school, like, you could give a hand massage, you can give a shoulder massage, you can give, the strokes don't change, just how you deliver them changes, right? So it's so important for bonding, because as you massage your baby, child, toddler, and so on, you are releasing oxytocin as much as baby is, or your child is. So both of you are getting all these feel good hormones, and it's improving bonding and increasing relaxation in the family. In terms of times of day, there's really, for babies, you are going to decide when the active alert state is. So that is when they're curious, they've eaten, they've had a nice nap, they're open to the world, they're engaging with you. That's the best time to give massage. You don't want to massage a tired baby, a hungry baby, or baby not ready.
Because I would have been like, oh, right before bed. The best time is right before bed.
No, well, that's actually a great point, and you definitely can, right? So 15 minutes of massage before bed increases the amount of melatonin baby releases, so they're sleeping deeper and longer. So yes, bedtime is a great time, but you just should expect that they're going to be hungry after massage, so you want to feed them probably before and after.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah. So, and then some people, we use oil. Some people want to wash off the oil, so they might massage baby before bath, give them a bath, and then bedtime. And some people, which I, recommend, it's okay for the baby to have the oil to absorb, but as long as your baby's not too slippery, right, when you're handling it.
Yeah.
Straight down. But before bed is a great time to massage. You just incorporate it into your nighttime routine. It's story time. It's, if you do songs or prayers, and then you're also doing massage. It's an association that helps babies see, oh, it's time for me to sleep and relax. Even before you get to it, you turn on that massage music, or light that music, massage candle, and they're already relaxing.
So I actually have a question for you. We have several massage techniques that we use that are very, very fast. So they involve a lot of oils. They're protocols for specific needs. It could be digestion. It could be, inflammatory stuff. It could be immune system stuff. And they're very, very quick. And I've noticed that they're very powerful, even though they're quick. And I'm wondering, though, what your thoughts are on such a fast massage. Because I would say they take maybe 5 to 7 minutes generally. It's a really quick process.
And that's okay. I mean, and especially for all of the moms who are probably overwhelmed right now, don't feel like this is a huge activity. Oh, I have to massage my child now.
Yeah.
You can be incorporated into what you're doing, and 5 to 10 minutes is a great amount of time. If you are, for example, especially for baby, because their immune systems are still developing, 15 minutes a day for 1 month is going to increase the amount of white blood cells they have. So now you are also improving their immunity.
Wow, yeah.
But as they get older, especially toddlers, I have a 4-year-old, but the littler ones,
he rolls around a lot, I bet. Mine does. I was doing it to him the other day. He's like, is this okay? Is this okay? I was like, bro, just lay on your belly. Just hold still.
Just stay still. So they're hard. So sometimes you can only get in 5 to 7 minutes, and that is more than doing nothing. So I think it's great. With our families, when we teach them, we tell them to slow down their breath before they're massaging baby, so that their breath and their pace is somewhat matched. Now, if you've been massaging your kids for years, that's a different story. But like, imagine going to get a massage. If the massage therapist is going really fast, you're not really kind of feeling the effect or relaxing. So that's similar for baby. You want to make sure that it's slow enough. We usually say like a count of 8 to 10, depending on the length of baby's legs, for example. But we do some breathing exercises before we start. So if you've slowed down your breathing, your pace will match that.
That's beautiful. I love that. One of the things I noticed the other day, and this can be really hard, especially as kids get bigger and everyone has an electronic or something else that they're doing. Yes. Massage gives us this really great time to use both hands and only be focused on one child, right? And it's been really powerful in my experience. And this is actually encouraging me to want to sort of set a time every week where I'm going to spend that time with each of my children, because they don't get that kind of time a lot. You know, we're always doing two things at one time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great, like, even for fathers or partners,
Yeah.
bonding time for them. When the woman who started the organization, she was visiting an orphanage in India, and she expected to see the babies malnourished, but she actually found the opposite. When she probed further, she realized that the older girls were massaging the babies.
Oh,
So
wow.
even though they may not have had enough food or water, they were being massaged and they were healthy. And
Wow.
so it's also a great activity for older siblings. You know,
Mhm.
like you obviously have to be aware of what they can
Right.
do, supervise. You don't
Sure.
want them massaging a 1-month-old, but they can help do the massage. That'll also help the siblings bond with one another. But
Mm.
we do say it should be immediate family and grandparents at the most, because it's so intimate.
Yeah.
That the massage should be within the family.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, all right. Well, I am so excited about I thought, oh, I know about this. This is going to be sort of old hat for me, but really, I'm like fresh and new, and I'm
I'm
excited
so
about this.
glad.
I think it's really fun.
I'm always learning new things too, so it's
Right?
great.
Yeah, that's sort of our goal in life. So good, it matches that. Okay, so actually, I have a question. Who are you looking to serve? So, who would you say your ideal client might be?
Yeah, pregnant and new moms, essentially. So if you are someone who believes in holistic health and using natural remedies and bonding and really helping your baby with some natural ways, as opposed
Mhm.
to maybe turning to a medical intervention, medicine, a pill, a doctor, then baby massage is for you. If baby is crying a lot, they're suffering from gas colic, they're not sleeping, growth, a lot of like Indian babies are petite, like it also helps growth, immunity at a time like this. So if you're someone who is interested in those things, then baby massage is right for you. And you can actually learn during pregnancy. It's a great time to learn, so that as soon as the umbilical cord falls off, you can start massaging instead of saying, oh, I got to learn how to take care of baby and learn massage. Like it's very
Right.
overwhelming. But the course, I have an online course. I was doing in-person instruction. Hopefully we'll return to that at some
Yeah.
point. But it's self-paced, and they're like bite-sized increments, so you can do it as you are available,
Mhm.
and then you have lifetime access. So if you have multiple kids, or as your kids go older, you can just go back and revisit what the strokes are and get to massaging.
That's great. So she has a course. We'll add the link to everywhere we post this interview. You should totally check it out. But you also have a freebie for our listeners, don't you? And I'm excited about that.
I do. I have a couple of freebies. You can find both on my website. One is a video on how to alleviate constipation. And so, as parents, we're getting the questions like, how often is baby eliminating? Are there wet diapers?
Mhm.
And you see these frantic posts on Facebook. My baby's constipated. My baby hasn't gone. My baby's has gas or
It
colic.
can be terrifying when your baby is struggling to poop.
You know how important, or I think one time when my daughter was little, she had like 7 poops in a day, and I'm calling my sister-in-law like, is this? She's like, yeah, it's normal. So
As long as they're pooping, it doesn't matter how much.
just keep doing it. And so, digestive health is really important. And so there's a video on showing you how to alleviate constipation in baby. And then another freebie is what kind of oils to use by season. So there are certain oils that are good, carrier oils in particular, based on warm weather, cold weather. And then what essential oils are good for different ailments, which you guys know much about already.
Yeah, our customers should be somewhat familiar with that, but I love that you're teaching us how to combine the two. And that is something that I will say is super powerful, to combine that touch with the oils. And it can be a beautiful, beautiful process.
It's such a match made in heaven.
It is, yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's wonderful. So one last question I have for you, Khyati, is what is one simple thing that you do for yourself personally to stay feeling your best?
Ooh, that's a good question. There are actually a couple of things,
Okay.
and I would say all of these were possible after I left my job 2 years ago.
Mhm.
So you do what you can based on your schedule.
Right.
I became a consultant and an entrepreneur at that time. My daughter was in daycare, so there were practices I was able to incorporate, like daily yoga and
Mhm.
daily meditation for 15 minutes, and those have been really helpful for me.
Mhm.
Now that my daughter's home because of COVID, it's a little bit more challenging, but I
Yeah.
make sure to make it happen. And then the other thing is right before bed, talking like 1 to 2 minute quick foot massage with an oil of your choice. And that really helps me to kind of calm down and have better sleep. And so
That is a good tip.
Yeah, those three things help me.
Do
Make
you
me
have a favorite oil for sleep? What's your favorite oil?
there are a few things. I mean, I always love lavender. That's like an easy go-to. I use castor oil a lot because sometimes I have like restless legs at night. So that's helpful. And then there's like a couple of oil blends that I like to use. So those are all. I also actually use vetiver sometimes for my daughter to help her relax. So that's a good way.
Very soothing and calming.
Yeah.
Very good. Awesome. All right. Well, Khyati, thank you so much for being on the call. I'm really excited to share this with our listeners. And if you guys want to connect with Khyati, look for those links and start massaging your people, babies and everyone, right? We need that now, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lacey. It was a pleasure to be here.
Great. All right. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.